Welcome back to another episode of Tell Me Sis podcast, featuring your two favorite sisters,
Alex
and Kyla.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope you're having a great week. It is the first really cold week this week.
Yes, I'm actually ready for it now.
Me too.
I'm really getting into the sweater weather and I'm ready to just be warm and cozy.
I know.
As you can see right now.
It's all the cozy vibes. Like 2 episodes ago, we spoke about just like getting into a new routine and excited for the fall and all the things, you know, like fall related, but it was still summer.
Yeah.
Like it still felt like hot and I was still in shorts and t-shirts every day, but now it's like, okay.
Yeah.
We're actually in it. I went apple picking, starting all the fun fall traditions, and it makes me just feel warm and cozy.
I know. I'm like, at first I was sad because I feel like fall just came so quickly.
Yeah.
Summer flew by, but now I'm ready for it. Yesterday was a beautiful day though.
It was really nice.
I went to Mount Royal.
Oh wow.
I
did
did
a hike?
I went for a hike. And I like went to like the lookout point and like we just stayed there for a bit. It was really nice. And I was wearing just Lululemon leggings with a sports bra.
Okay.
I had an oversized sweater because it was kind of weird. Like there was
The wind is cold.
The wind got cold, and if like you were in the shade, it would get chilly. But then when you were in the sun, it was like really hot.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a little bit of a tan too. Oh yeah, and then we went to sit in this park by a lake.
Okay.
It was beautiful in Mount Royal.
Like Beaver Lake?
I don't know what it's called.
Is it the one where we used to do like the cross country trail run?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, Beaver Lake's like the big where you can walk around in the big circle.
It's like a really big like circle. Like there's like boats, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And so we sat there for a bit and it was really nice. So that yesterday felt like summer.
Yeah.
A little bit of summer, a little bit of fall. And today is like a fall day.
Yeah, it's rainy. The next 2 days are on and off rain, and it's definitely like the temperature is dropping. And it's like that weird time of year too, where mornings and evenings are super chilly and crisp, and then middle of the day is hot if it's sunny. And so I'm like putting my heating on in the house, and then I'm turning it off and putting my AC on midday.
I know.
It's like the flip flop of it. But it's nice. It's the first fall in this house. So I'm excited to see what all the leaves are going to look like. We have so many trees around us. So Dan's actually going to be closing our backyard pool earlier than we thought. Just
What are you guys doing to the walls? Sorry to cut you off. There's green tape on the walls.
Yeah, we're in the middle of some renovations. We're just adding moldings. I don't know if you could see underneath the moldings that Dan added.
Like on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were removing them.
No, we're adding them. That's what the tape is there to show us the outline.
I was going to say, why are you like, that would be so nice to keep the moldings, but you're adding it.
Yeah, there was nothing there before. But there's moldings in other places of the home. So we just wanted to flow better.
Yeah.
And the last piece of the puzzle of this room are the sconces. You see these like weird sconces. Well, that's not the last piece really. I mean, we're getting new window shades, and we're painting the leafy decals.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't love those.
Yeah.
But the room itself is nice. I mean, the paint color they chose for this room is Simply White by Benjamin Moore. Like, it's very basic.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It flows with the rest of the home. And that's actually something that Dan and I are starting this week, or like we're getting back into the flow of things with home renovations. We took a full-on break in the summertime, and we spoke about this last time a little bit, how we moved into this house. We had all these plans, and then we started a little bit of it and then kind of like stopped talking about it. Mm-hmm. But it's because the focus of this home and to restore it isn't like a quick process. It's a lot of people do that. They like buy a home and they just invest a ton of money into like completely restoring it and making it their own, whether that be outside hiring or doing it themselves. But that wasn't like our main focus. It's something that we want to do together, but we also are parents, and like I had a baby, and it's just, for me, it was like, let's take our time. Let's not rush into it. I want to make sure I like everything and not just take whatever is available.
Yeah.
So even like the mock-up I had for the other living room that we wanted to do, I was quoted $6,000 for wallpaper. And I was like, that's ridiculous.
That's
absolutely
crazy.
not. And it's not even the full wall. It's like half the wall. And there's so many cutouts from windows and doors. And I'm like, how is that $6,000 for 3 walls? One of the walls is basically like makes no sense. But that's the cost of wallpaper with some places, right? So we completely changed our thoughts of what we're going to do because everything was based off of this wallpaper. And so I'm looking for different alternatives. But now looking back at that whole idea, I was like, I don't even know if I like that anymore. And that was 6 months ago.
That's the thing. That's how I am.
Yeah.
I should say. I go for things that, like, if I'm buying either a car or I want to decorate my condo, or if I'm buying outfits and I'm putting money into these things, I always go for timeless. I don't follow like flashy trends.
Yeah.
Even if the trend is really nice and I like it, I always try to go for something more timeless because you just never know. Like the fact that you don't even know if you like that anymore. Could you imagine you invested all that money?
Well, when I got that quote, I was like, absolutely not. If it was one wall that I was doing and it was like $400, okay, like it's something I would invest into for a wall. Like I did that with my kids' rooms at the old house.
Yeah, no, but $6,000 is crazy.
US dollars.
That's crazy.
So like insane. We decided we're still going to do something a little different. We don't want to do the whole house just classic because I do get bored in that. I want some color. I want some kind of texture, but playing around with paint, actually you can get a lot done with that. Plus we can paint ourselves. And that way, if in a few years from now we don't like the paint color, you just paint it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep more classic furniture and then just do something fun with color. But the one thing I want to say is the master bedroom of our home is going to be all wallpaper because we have dormer windows. And that, like, we sleep in our bedroom. We really don't do much else. Like, we don't hang out in there. So it's not something I'm going to get super sick of. And if in 10 years I'm like over the wallpaper, then I'll change it. But that's why I'm on the hunt for something that's extremely affordable, something that we can do ourselves. So it's just going to be cool vibes. But I think that's like down the road. But it is exciting to like sit down and kind of like plan out different things that we want to do and just like how much money can we save. That's like the biggest thing for us is like, what can we do on a budget? And is this realistic now or is it something we should do in a few years kind of thing? Like bathrooms, 10 years. Because bathrooms are so expensive.
Oh my God, everything is so expensive.
I know.
I guess it's part of one of your life updates.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really like a super, super big update. I mean, there's not really any like life updates other than just like getting back into the swing of things and fall really being here and just feeling cozy and warm and watching like scary movies and stuff.
I know. I just finished the series Wednesday on
Is it
Netflix.
good?
Well, I finished it last week.
Okay.
It's really good. I really like it. It has like a Harry Potter feel to it.
Ooh, I love that.
And it's like a psychological thriller kind of thing where it's like you're trying to figure out who the bad person is, and like there's like plot twists and like or curveballs and like I don't know. It's a really good show. I really like it, but I need to watch any movie or show, especially a show that I'm getting into. There needs to be like some type of mystery to solve or like I don't know. I can't watch. I have a really hard time staying like keeping like my engagement going with like shows that just have no purpose.
Like
at least
fluff?
to me. Like everyone's talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't care. Like whatever you want. It's like not a judgy thing for me, but like I can't get into shows. Even if it's like very much trending, I can't get into shows like that. I don't know why.
I think we were actually having this conversation prior, and this is like a good topic of conversation for this podcast episode, is just like kind of not the psychology, but just like what is the reasoning of why people like reality TV or pop culture or fluff or whatever, and then why some people just like have no interest in it at all. Because some people can go in and out of waves for sure.
Yeah.
But there's definitely people that love it and people that don't love it.
Yeah, like I never really got into like more pop culture things like reality TV. Like I don't find it interesting. Like it genuinely to me, I'm like I don't care.
Didn't you watch the Kardashians though?
I like watched a little bit of the Kardashians at a certain point, but it was like for maybe 2 days and then I was like over it.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, like I never watched a full episode of Love Island.
Oh my
or
God.
like
I love Love Island.
that like blind dating show.
Love is Blind.
Yeah. Like I just, even like Survivor I can understand why people get really into it, but like I don't care. Like I don't know, it's weird for me with reality TV. I like genuinely don't care. Like the real estate, like the
Selling Sunset
and stuff like that. I could watch true crime documentaries.
Yeah. Okay. So
You know?
It's kind of like ties into the episode we had last week where we talk about literally the psychology behind true crime and why women love it.
Yeah.
You like something, like you said too, with Wednesday, there was a purpose to it in the sense that there was a mystery that you had to solve. You like having that.
I like the intellectual stimulation, and I feel like I don't get that from
brain rot.
Yeah, like reality TV, I'm not like stimulated. I'm not like, oh my God, like maybe there's like certain clips here and there that I would find funny or that I would find more interesting, but like the overall like tone or like theme of the reality TV show is, it doesn't like capture my attention long term at all. And even like shows like The Summer I Turned Pretty, or like I can understand that the storyline is interesting. I could understand why people like it. But I'm like, I personally couldn't care less to start the show.
Do you like romance genre? Like
no.
Okay, so maybe that's a huge aspect, because with a lot of reality TV and like those types of shows like Summer I Turned Pretty and stuff, a lot of it is centered around romance, love, and like
yeah, maybe that's why. I don't know, because I just find it like boring. That's exactly how I feel. And
love
like
is boring.
I don't find love boring in real life. Yeah. I find it boring on TV.
But you're not the only person who thinks that. Like a lot of people,
like a lot of girls I've noticed my whole life, I like always felt kind of like an outsider, not in a bad way. I'm not like, I didn't feel sorry for myself.
Yeah.
It's just like something I noticed, but it was like all my friends really loved rom-coms.
Yeah.
And like reality TV. And I was always like, couldn't care less. Like I'd get together with my friends. They would be like, or just a friend, and they're like, oh, like I really want to watch this like rom-com. And sometimes I could be in the mood for it, but like it depends. I don't know.
Wait, I do have a question for you though. Because you, growing up, really loved Sex and the City. Like specifically the first movie, it brought you a lot of comfort. You loved Cinderella. You loved Friends. Did you like the OC?
Not really.
Okay, it wasn't the OC. But anyways, you like
the OC is like nostalgic though. Like I could get behind the OC now, because it's like I'm interested in like that nostalgic feeling, like the early 2000s, and like the flip phones and like what they were wearing, what they were talking about. Like the lifestyle was so different, so it's like interesting now. It's like a throwback, comforting.
That's how I feel about Friends or The Office.
Yeah, I love those two shows as well, but like I don't really watch them anymore.
Yeah.
But when I was younger,
Sex and the City.
I like Sex and the City even now. I could watch Sex and the City is a show that I can watch because I find that a lot more relatable.
Okay.
Like the show The Summer I Turned Pretty is almost like, it's such a fantasy based.
Yeah, and it's so stupid, like in so many ways.
That it's like, it's so unrealistic that I'm like, it's like stupid to me.
Yeah.
Not stupid.
No, but I get it.
You know what I mean? Sex and the City is like, no, this is like real life shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Friends is more comforting, and it's like, if I'm having like, I don't know, anxiety or something, maybe I'll throw on a Friends episode, and it's just more like mental than anything. The Office is hilarious. Yeah,
it's so funny. Did you ever watch Modern Family?
I used to love Modern Family.
That's a good one.
When it first came out. I haven't watched it in a while, but
I don't know if it's still on. I think it's done.
I don't know. But yeah, I can't get behind like pop culture things, or people that get so invested in, I don't know, like oh my gosh, this celebrity and this celebrity are getting married, like Taylor Swift getting engaged to Travis
Kelce.
And like I don't mean to upset any of the Swifties out there.
Hey, I'm a Swiftie, so it's okay.
But like I couldn't care less.
And that's
like I saw some people's reactions online, and they were like crying when they found out, and I was like, I could not relate in the slightest.
So I kind of agree with that. One of my really good friends is like diehard Swiftie, and she was super emotional when Taylor Swift got engaged. And I actually asked her, I was like, what is it that makes you, she's my age. I was like, what is it that makes you so emotional over this person, like this parasocial relationship that you have with this girl? And like, you're not alone in it, obviously, but like, what makes you feel that way? And the way that she described it to me is, yes, she's aware it's a parasocial relationship. Like, Taylor Swift has no idea who she is. But to my friend, Taylor Swift's music and a lot of her, like, what she shared online was extremely relatable to different parts of my friend's life. And because she's been a fan of hers since like she was a teenager, that she almost like felt like she lived through Taylor Swift. So seeing her finally get her man and like get engaged after like everything she's been through, that my friend has also felt like she's been through based off the different parts of her life and different music, she's felt this connection. And that's why she feels so emotional, because it's like, oh my gosh, finally this girl is like getting everything she dreamed and hoped for that I couldn't get, or like that I did get and like she didn't. And she helped me through some of my hardest times because her music spoke to me during my heartbreaks and my loss and my whatever. And I honestly would listen to her music to feel happy or like feel heard. And so you feel related to that. And so she said that's why she was so emotional over it. Whether or not I agree or like understand it, I don't know.
I understand it like on a like logically. It makes sense. Yeah. But like I could never, because I've also really not cared, but like I've like related to things that certain celebrities have like said, and I've been like a fan of certain celebrities, but like I never, like if they got engaged or like I don't know, something happened like good to them, like I wouldn't like care them.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Because the way I'm like, I could appreciate them
and be happy for them and
like acknowledge that like, oh yeah, like, you know, their music helped me through this time of my life, and like really appreciate them as an artist. Mm-hmm. And like I would be the type of person that's like, oh, they got engaged, like good for them, and then like move on. Yeah Like it's hard for me to wrap my head, and I'm not saying this in a way where
but it's because you're not into pop culture, so you don't follow it.
I'm also not saying this in a way that's like I'm looking down on these people. I'm saying it in a way that's like I genuinely I don't understand. Yeah, like it's hard for me to like fully grasp that.
It doesn't compute in your brain.
Yeah.
Just like when you don't, if someone's trying to explain to you a math equation that you're just not getting, like it just doesn't make sense in your mind. It's kind of also, that same feeling.
Yeah. Also, like everyone's different, so it's like, you know, to each their own. Like it doesn't bother me. I'm not judging anyone. Like the videos I saw of like these people crying, actually a lot of them were really funny. And it would be like their friend filming them crying, finding out that like Taylor Swift is engaged or something.
Yeah.
Or like running to tell their friend and they're all excited and they like wipe out.
Yeah.
Running down the stairs or something. And it's like, it's cute. Like it's really, it's cute and it's entertaining. But yeah, like there's some reactions of people crying and I'm like, I just genuinely can't wrap I don't understand, because I'm so not like that.
Well, you don't even cry if like your best friend gets engaged. So like, why would you cry if like a person you don't know gets engaged?
Yeah. Well, I don't have a really close friend.
Or like if I got engaged, you know, or like a cousin or whatever, someone that you like love dearly, you're not going to cry when they get engaged. Like that's just not your personality.
Yeah. But I also like can't cry in general.
I know, we spoke about that last time too, or like
this is a deeper issue for me to unpack.
Yeah, maybe, honestly, maybe something you should ask your therapist about. Why don't I like pop culture? Why don't I like? Well, no, that's not the same.
She'd be like, why does it matter? You're just not into it.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say, I do think that like, it's just like sometimes it's just as simple as like you're just not interested in it.
Yeah.
It's not
that deep.
Yeah, it's not that deep, and you're just not interested in it.
There is nothing to unpack.
But when it comes to like not crying,
yeah, that's a different story.
That's something I've unpacked.
No, but not crying over like a random celebrity who you've like never met or care about, to like not cry over that is normal.
Yeah.
But I think to other people it like means more because of like the parasocial, because you connect, like human beings connect. Like we are connecting creatures, and feeling sympathetic, empathetic, emotional for other people is something that as humans is in us. And some people are more emotional than others, and some people are more emotional for a bunch of random people, not just a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
And like crying is not a sign of like whether you have emotion or not. I think it's very healthy to cry. So obviously not being able to cry is something I definitely would like talk to your therapist about, but it's not like something you should beat yourself up over. And like you know that. But I think in general, like I cry very easily. So if someone like my friend over the summer, she had 2 dogs that were like 17 and 18 years old, and one of them had to be put down and the other one was basically on its last leg. It was really, it was sad. So she put them both down and it was like very hard for, excuse me, very hard for their family. And when she was telling me about it, like I started crying.
Yeah.
Because even though I met her dogs one time, like this is like a newer friend of mine, it's like that feeling and seeing her family sad, and like also losing a dog, multiple dogs myself growing up. Like is it sympathized or empathized?
If you're feeling the other person's emotion and like
empathy,
that's empathy. But sympathy is like, and empathy can also be like, I genuinely do understand how you're feeling, because I've experienced something like this. Sympathy is more like you feel a lot of like sadness and them. Like, yeah, you feel sadness for them, but it's more of like a,
not like a, I feel sorry for you.
You're not taking on the emotions yourself, but it's like you can understand why they're feeling that way and you feel sorry for them, and you want to help them, you know?
Okay. There's like 2 clear examples in my mind of like how I can make that distinction. So empathy would be like this dog situation.
Yeah.
And then the sympathy was like someone told me something that happened to them, and like although I couldn't relate, I felt like so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, so yeah, that's like perfect example. But yeah, so she, and like because I cry so easily, I just like started crying, and she's like, oh my gosh, you like don't have to cry. And I was like, well, it's fine, I'm allowed to cry, like it's okay, I feel sad, like I feel sad for you, and it like brings back memories for me too. So yeah, like it's sad. But I think in terms of pop culture, like there's definitely times where I'm watching something and I'm getting genuinely like upset or angry or frustrated over a situation that happened in a show of people I do not know, of a show that was also, this particular scene was from 10 years ago. And also, who knows how scripted it is, right? Like, I don't even know how real this is.
Yeah, I mean, like that I've experienced too, where I'll feel like frustrated over something in a show that like, you know, or like if I see a clip of something and like I don't know these people and it's like frustrating, but it's because like like you're taking what's happening and like relating it to yourself and like how you would handle a situation, or like what you would do differently or whatever. But yeah, it's all about being relatable, I feel.
Yeah, but also sometimes I want to turn my brain off, and like brain rot to me, it's like Dan and I sometimes, if we've gone through like a really stressful period or we're going through something, and it's like the last thing we want to watch is something that needs to like you said, intellectually stimulating. Like I don't want that. I don't want to think. I want to like shut my brain off and just like think these people are silly, funny, crazy, whatever, and like laugh about it, and then also just like be able to chat amongst each other while something's on. Like that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. See, for me,
do you put on true crime for that?
I'll put on like a true crime documentary or like a movie. Like I just watched the movie. I don't know if you've seen this. It's with Denzel Washington from like the 90s or something. It's called The Bone Collector.
I haven't seen it.
It's a really good like psychological thriller, and that's my escape.
But like you have to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to pay attention. I just want to put
when
on.
I really don't want to pay attention, I will like either scroll social media and watch like a bunch of videos from, I don't know, a creator, or like just funny videos. Like I'll pick a topic and like, you know what I mean? Like cute dog videos. Or
so TV isn't like your choice really when you want to disconnect.
Like it can, but like my way of, when you mean I just want to like not think.
Yeah, like if you, like for example, if I'm doing laundry and I want to listen to something, I'll put a podcast on or whatever. Like I don't have to fully be invested if I'm like doing something and I have it on in the background kind of thing like that. Or if I'm driving, if I don't feel like listening to music, I'll put on my audiobook or a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing. But then when I'm with Dan, we love to like just sit and watch TV And like sometimes we just want to watch brain rot, and I'm so glad that he likes it as well, because like we could do it together.
Yeah.
And we'll like, it's cool because it actually sometimes teaches us about our relationship, because I'm like, oh my god, that guy is so insane for doing that, and he's like, what are you talking about? Like, she was doing what? And we'll like have a whole like discussion about it. And I'm like, what makes you think that?
You see a different perspective.
Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting you're bringing that up, because yesterday I was with like a man,
Yeah.
and we were talking about a situation, and I was like, you know, I hate a guy in a certain situation.
Yeah.
And like I'm talking about it, and I'm like, he's awful, he's this, he's that. And he wasn't like disagreeing with what I was saying.
Okay.
But he was like trying to understand like the context and like see both sides.
Okay.
And he was asking me questions that were like very solid questions, and he was basically like, okay, so you know, but from like this person's perspective, like, yeah, it fucking sucks, like they shouldn't have done this, but you know, do you think maybe they were doing this because the girl was behaving in this way, and like then it's just he just like shut off eventually, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because yeah, no, we were just like, it was basically like we were discussing this. It's like, without giving anything away,
If it's like a personal, if it's someone in your personal life, maybe.
No, not my personal
Okay.
life, and not his personal life, but it was like a based off this. I mean, like not my personal life, like no one close to me.
Just like a situation.
Yeah, I want to give context, but I can't. Anyways,
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't really matter, because it was just like I was seeing things from
A different perspective.
and it wasn't like I was all of a sudden like, oh no, the guy is right, the girl is wrong. It was just more like I could see both sides but still be like, no, but he's still wrong.
Well, that's kind of like what Dan and I were talking about. There was a whole situation. We were watching Vanderpump Rules, which is such a good show. I don't know how I never watched the show before. My friend has been telling me for years. So we're on season 5 right now, but we were just watching season 4, and it was this whole thing about like this guy who cheated, whatever, and this girl who cheated, and like, well, you cheated on me, and with this whole thing, okay? And Dan and I were talking about these two people, and he's like, you know, but like she's so, because I kept saying like, oh my god, that guy's such a like dick, like he's so like, how do you just like do that? Like, how are you like that? And Dan's like, not excusing him, but he was saying like, yeah, but like, what is she doing? And like, we're going back and forth like that. At the end of the day, I was like, regardless of like what you're going through, just break up with the person. Don't cheat on them. Like, if you're unhappy to the point where you're like you're saying you're so miserable in this relationship that you had to go find it from someone else, just break up with the person then. If you're so miserable, why are you with them? And I'm not saying it's like so easy, right? Like, obviously when people are married or have kids, or like you're financially dependent on someone, those are all different.
Yeah, but blaming it on like how unhappy you are in a relationship, and that's why you did something, is like really not excusable.
No, and it's not an excuse.
It can like, you know, yeah, it could be true that he's miserable, and like you could be aware that it's not easy. Like it's not as simple as like, then just leave. But like it is that simple, because at the end of the day, like, do you have no moral compass?
Yeah, listen, it's not easy when you're emotionally invested in somebody, but in terms of like, if you're gonna actually go and cheat on someone, that is gonna come out also like, how do you live with yourself?
And also, it doesn't really have to do, context matters. Like if you have kids involved, if you
that's why I'm
shared
saying,
finances,
yeah, that's why it's a different story.
Context does matter, but if there's no kids, if you guys are not married, if you guys are
young,
you're young, like there's no excuse. It's like, that's just like your character.
Yeah, like just don't. To me, it's like, if I'm so unhappy with somebody and this person's like, we tried everything, like couples therapy, this, and like nothing was changing. I was just so miserable and so unhappy, and I was just getting something from someone else that I was lacking with you. And it's like, so leave. Like, break up with, like, your dude, break up with her then. Don't cheat on her. Regardless of how quote unquote crazy she was being.
That guy just sounds like he doesn't want to take accountability, though.
Yeah,
he just needs to blame something else.
Well, that's the thing, is because
instead of being like, no, I'm just a shit person.
This girl also was definitely no angel, and I really disliked her for a long time because of the things she did, and she was equally as wrong in a lot of ways. But it's like, at the end of the day, just don't cheat. Like, that's what you're arguing about right now, is that like she thought you were cheating for so long, and it turns out she was right.
Yeah.
And instead of just being like, you know what, you were right, I lied about it, I cheated, and like that's why we're no longer together. But instead of us fighting about it, like, let's just move on and go our separate ways and focus on ourselves. Instead of doing that, it was a fight of like no, it never happened, it only happened at this time. Okay, regardless, you still cheated, whether it happened 3 months before or 2 months before. Like, no, but she's saying it happened 3 months, it only happened 2 months.
Yeah, see, that to me, it's like, it's very black and white. Like,
yeah.
But I'm also the type of person where like, even if I have if I found out that like the person that I've been involved with has been lying to me, deceiving me, you know, quote unquote cheating or whatever it is, like, it's just a deal breaker. And like, it's black and white. It doesn't matter how attached I am to the person. If I'm not married to you, if we don't have kids, like, it's fucking hard. But like, I have the self-control to just be like, goodbye, block, never talking to you again. Not easy, but like, you got to do what you got to do. Otherwise, like, the alternative is like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And like, on the flip side, for the person who is like the deceiver, like, they can easily also just be like, I'm clearly unfulfilled. I want more than what I'm getting in this relationship. You know, you could still like, I understand that like there could still be perks to being in the relationship, but like, if you're gonna go as far as like deceiving someone behind their back and then lie to their face and like manipulate the whole situation, like, first of all, the truth does always come out.
It does.
And then also, it's like, you're like, that's like, you're like a bad person.
Yeah. I just think,
I don't know, that's like, to me, it's so black and white. It's just like,
well, I don't think bad decisions equals bad person.
No, but the way that
I think people can definitely
handle
grow.
it.
Yeah. I think, I'm sure if you like watch Vanderpump Rules, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm only in season 5, by the way, guys. So like, this is like what, 2015, 2016. Like, I don't know what's gone on since then. I don't know these people, but I'm talking about Kristen and Sandoval. So like, for her, like, people were pissed because like she couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
Like, she just kept, it was like a whole season of her just like trying to like ruin his life, essentially.
Yeah.
But she was like, her explanation kind of made sense to me, because she's like, I felt crazy. I was made to feel crazy for thinking he cheated for so long. I just wanted him to admit to it so that I was like, see, I'm not fucking crazy. Even though you know that you're not crazy and you know he did cheat, you know that. But it's like, you needed that like proof and that evidence, and it like almost made you fucking crazy, because
it's like almost at that point you're like, you just want to be like validated that you were right.
Well, that's exactly what she wanted. And she wanted that proper apology of like, I lied to you, I deceived you, and you were right. And he was never going to give that to her, because he was
see, that's why I say like context also matters, because if she was also like dedicating the whole season to like ruining his life.
Yeah. But
like,
and that's
context really does
matter. But that's
matter.
the thing, is that she also, on the flip side, slept with her best friend's boyfriend. And also that guy was best friends with her boyfriend. They like slept together. So like, she also was not innocent. And like, it was driving me crazy, because
no, context really does matter, because now my opinion changed. I thought this girl was just like, you know, innocent, and this guy was just treating her like shit.
No, they like both were equally awful people. Like, in my opinion, of where I am at right now.
Still don't cheat.
Yeah.
But also like, it's no surprise that this guy has no respect for her.
Yeah, there was like so at the end of season 4, they always have like a reunion where they like just talk about the season in like a interview type of way. And so the main girl, this woman who owns the restaurant that they all work at, she was like, I don't understand. She's telling this to the girl. I don't understand why you needed him to admit to kissing this one person 3 months prior to what you think happened. Why you needed that so bad when what you did was way worse. Like, that was kind of her thing. And the girl was like, it's not a tit for tat. It's like, I just wanted to be like, I just wanted that validation of like, I wasn't crazy for thinking that it happened, and it did happen. I want you to admit to it. And then the owner is like, yeah, but what you did was worse. She's like, but it doesn't matter. I just needed that. And like, I could see both sides.
Yeah,
I could see her wanting it because it was making her crazy. And then I can also see.
It doesn't mean she's innocent.
No.
She just wants the validation. But then also she like two truths. That's what I was saying in the last episode. Two truths can exist at the same time.
Yeah.
I think I said that in the last episode that we recorded. Anyways, I do think, you know, context matters.
Yeah.
There's always three sides to a story. When I say it's very black and white to me, like what I was saying before, that's before I knew that.
Yeah.
All that. Like that's why. Like,
and there's more to it. There's more to it too. I also think in that show there's so much like
I also think taking accountability, like self-accountability, is very, very important.
But it depends on how, right? Because she, for another season, was taking accountability and she was going on a whole like apology train is what they called it. But like her motives might not have been the best, right? Like she was in therapy, but it was like she was apologizing almost to get something out of it.
Yeah, it was like still selfish.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you can apologize and yeah, you can take accountability and that's great, but like what's best is your actions moving forward.
Yeah.
So I think it's so good to apologize when you've done something wrong and to acknowledge it and to be like, for sure 100% like I am taking accountability and I like want to be better, but then actually doing that is like a different story. And so sometimes I felt like, and I don't know, I'm only season 5 in, I felt like she was apologizing just to like be the bigger person to apologize.
It's like kind of like manipulative.
Yeah,
still.
but not change her actions and still treat people the same way.
Well, if you're not actually changing your actions, then you're not really sorry.
Yeah, or being like, why aren't you like forgiving me right away? But like a few people were like that in the season. Like,
yeah, that she's not sorry.
It's like
she has an MO.
Yeah. Well, that's what, like, there's another girl, Stassi, which again, I don't know these people like current what their situation is, but at the time she had like said fuck you to a bunch of the staff or her coworkers, whatever, and like didn't talk to anyone for so long. And then when she came back and apologized, she was like very upset that people didn't like take her back right away.
Yeah.
But again,
yeah, see, like, but that's also like an immaturity thing too.
Yeah. And then it's also like people are like, well, she just wants to be back on the show. That's why she's apologizing.
But you know what I was just thinking?
What?
Like, kind of side note from like what you're talking about, but like ties into the topic of this episode. Hi, Vivi.
Hey, Rue.
I was like getting really engaged with like this whole story because you're talking about it. I've noticed that like whenever you tell a story to me about, I don't know, like a reality show you're watching or like
a book you're reading,
things that normally I wouldn't be interested in watching or reading about myself. But like when you talk about it, I find it interesting because then I get like, oh, okay, this is cool. But I don't know. Like, I don't know why. Why is that?
Maybe I'm a good storyteller, which I know I'm not because a lot of people sometimes tell me to get to the point.
No, I find you're a good storyteller, but like also these shows are also like professionals put them together, so it's like
that
also
is true.
Good. So it's like, why is it that I find it interesting when you talk about it? Maybe because you give me a whole recap. Maybe it's in my ADHD.
It could be. It could also be that you're just like, I don't want to sit down and watch 5 seasons of this show to catch up to what Alex is talking about right now. Like, I would love the synopsis.
Don't care. I just don't care enough.
Yes.
If you're talking to me about a specific situation,
yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
But that's why there was this one show where I was like, Kyla, you would love watching this to dissect the people on like not their trauma, their love languages and their coping mechanisms and the way that they communicate with each other, because you're very good at that in general. And I feel like watching that show, you would be like, oh, I could see this so different than a lot of people. And I can actually understand that person and that they're doing this because of that and whatever. And I remember telling you like, you need to watch the show. And you're like, I have zero interest. But then I would tell you like a situation that happened and you're like, oh, that is very interesting. But like the show
it's because I don't care about the show as a whole. Like I don't care about like keeping up with it and whatnot. But I find when you were telling me about a situation, I was more stimulated.
Yeah.
Because it was like a problem for me to solve.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe that's what it is then. You like the problem.
I like problem solving. I like being intellectually stimulated. I like critical thinking skills, like stuff like that.
But I like that as well, but not all the time. Like Dan and I will go through phases.
Neither. I don't like it all the time, but like even when I'm not like in the mood to be thinking deeply about something or like solving a problem, I don't gravitate towards
the like brain rot.
Like you should honestly see my search history on Google and like even ChatGPT. The stuff I research is like people are probably like, what the heck, Kyla?
No, but it's interesting
like
to you.
Literally last night I saw a video of Trump and Putin together, and Putin making some comment about like the war not happening if Trump was president or something like that. I don't know how accurate it is, whatever. That's just what the video said. And so I went on ChatGPT and I was like, why did Putin say that? And it was like explaining, and then I was like, okay, but like why would a country, like one country in one continent across the ocean, care about what's happening in another country? Like I was deep diving like these questions, or like I went through a phase where I was like,
I'm not laughing at you, by the way.
No, it's fine. But like I went through a phase where I was obsessed with E=mc².
Oh yeah, you spoke about that in an episode. I remember editing that because I thought it was so cute.
And then I went through another phase where I
fixate.
Yeah, I fixate. Or I'll be obsessed with like the guy Sean or Robert McNally, who basically killed Osama bin Laden.
Oh.
He was like he was a Navy SEAL, part of like the private mission to like go.
Okay.
It was basically like a suicide mission.
No, I watched Zero Dark 30, so I think that's what that. I don't know if that's like accurate, but I watched.
I should watch that movie. I haven't seen it in so long.
Oh my god! Oh,
Zero
you've seen
Dark
it.
30.
Okay, you've seen it.
But like a long time ago, I don't remember what happened.
It's so good.
And yeah, like I just I find that stuff so interesting.
See, it's like,
but I like learning
that
about
video
new
that you
things.
just said would never pop up on my feed ever. Like I rarely get political shit.
It was Team Trump that had posted a video of Trump. It was like their TikTok account or something. It popped up because of like all this stuff that's been going on.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's popping up on my social media. And I like tapped on the account just to like scroll through their videos and see a few things. And like I saw some videos of Trump and Putin together, and I was like, what is this all about? Like,
oh, you like didn't know much about that, so you wanted to
and I was
research.
like interested.
Okay, well, that's good though. I think educating yourself is one of the best things that you can do. What's hard sometimes is that like if you're educating yourself with social media, it's very like biased. So the best thing to do is just like look through history books and like look through history in general, to see like a more unbiased, right? Because if you're learning through like a TikTok account because they're teaching you about these things, it's like, well, you don't actually know if it's credible, if it's biased, it's, so research papers are really good. But anyway, I think it's funny that like the difference in our feeds is probably very black and white, like very, very opposite, because mine is very pop culture. Because I love that stuff. I love it. I want to know all the details of like celebrities and celebrities I like. It just makes me happy.
Dogs, like any animal content, funny videos that's like actually very funny and kind of like dark humor.
Okay.
Not just dark humor. Like sometimes it's just like actually hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like things that are like going on in the world that's like kind of deep, or like when I was going through my E=mc² phase. It was like all Einstein and space time, and like
that's interesting.
Yeah, it was like all the videos were that, and so it's like my feed just kind of like adjusts accordingly.
Yeah. I would I think it would be so fun one episode to like have a game where we go through each other's stuff. And we like comment on it. Like I'll scroll through your feed and like just comment on like what I'm seeing and like vice versa.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think mine. I'm like,
you know what though? Sometimes I have really weird random videos that pop up for me that like to me I'm like I've never even talked about something like this.
That's everyone.
Yeah. No, but it's like weird, like people in. I'm not saying these people are weird, but it's like it's weird that it's coming up for me.
Well, it's because it gets pushed.
Someone in India talking Indian.
Yeah. And there's like 3 views
and
or like 3 likes.
And like the screen on the text is like in a different, like I'm like, why is this popping up for me?
Yeah. I think that's everyone. It happens to everybody though, because things sometimes just get pushed randomly. But for me, like,
can I say those sponsorships though on TikTok now are so annoying?
The sponsorships?
Like
like ads?
Yeah.
What do you get? I get like normal ads.
No, I'm just saying how often it happens.
Oh,
or like every few videos, it's like a sponsorship. It's like someone is paying to have a video promoted, and I'm like, it's just annoying. and not necessarily an influencer. It's like a company. It's like a commercial.
Like just how many ads there are.
Yeah.
I guess because it's a free app. So like, but anyway, I think for my feed is like mom stuff, dance things, like people dancing, fashion. And
yeah.
like
I
lifestyle.
get fashion too.
Like that's
Depends.
pretty
My
much.
feed changes all the time.
And like pop culture, I get a lot of, or I'll get like funny podcast clips from people's like podcasts that'll pop up that like are
the
funny.
pop culture stuff I get is like, it's either like funny, like people being like posting a clip of one of like the early days of Keeping Up with the Kardashians when
they like fight.
They were like in the car and Chris was like, Kim, can you stop taking selfies? Your sister's going to jail.
It's so good.
And it's like stuff like that. It's so funny. Or like the best moments of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And it's like those things pop up for me. It's hilarious.
It's so good. I think the early seasons of most reality TV, you know why? It's because it's like less filtered, more unhinged.
Yeah.
That's why. Like early 2000s, like if you watch The Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Nikki Ricci, what the hell? Christina Ricci. No. What is her name?
Nikki Ricci.
It's Nikki?
Is it?
Why am I blanking?
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole Ricci. So funny.
I know.
But like it would never be
okay, like see, that is a reality TV show I would watch.
It's so funny.
Like the early days.
It's just very out of pocket. The Simple Life. It's very out of pocket. It's like it would never be okay now.
That's hot.
Literally there's a scene where the two of them, they're like, because they go and live in like farmland essentially with his family. And like the son, like the either early 20s, late teens son is like talking to them outside on the steps, and it's like in the evening and they're just chatting about things, and then he's like, oh, you're probably cold, I'll get you a jacket. And he like walks inside and Paris is like, he's really sweet. And Nicole's like, yeah, we should have a threesome with him. And then they all just start dying of laughter. Like the two of them start dying of laughter, and it's like, oh my god.
Like that, I would die of laughter. I saw another clip too. Like they used to have this like song that they would sing. That's what it was. I think so.
Yeah.
Or it was like some, I don't know. Anyways, I was like literally cry laughing. I thought it was so funny. Or like I saw a clip of. Anyways, there's so many clips of
Paris Hilton has like a famous photo of her wearing a shirt that says "Stop being poor," and she's like. Or there's one she has like, I have no tits. And it's just like she's a genius, by the way, though, guys. Like is. A lot of that was just a character that she would play.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she's so smart. It's kind of like Trisha Paytas.
I know. Trisha Paytas is
like,
a genius.
She's a fucking genius. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that about wraps up today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to know if you like brain rot, pop culture stuff, or if you're more like Kyla where you like just don't care about it at all. I'm very curious to know. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.